Live, we live. Welcome,
We
welcome,
live.
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome. We're back. We is back. I'm trying to get my cheers going. My cheers lagging, but it's okay. It's
We
okay.
got it.
Okay. We got it.
Ain't no
We got
clap.
it. We got it. We got it. We
Right.
got it. We got it. We got it. Welcome to episode 005 of the Garbage Time Podcast. It's a 48-minute sports podcast where we talk everything basketball and sports. We have a 4-quarter podcast system where our podcast co-hosts will be debating sports topics, breaking down film concepts, and so much more. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm one of your co-hosts, thenameuno, and I'm here with my brothers and everyday co-hosts and co-stars, Matthew Aaron, 55, DJohn, and Drew. We want to thank 7 Podcast Network for giving us the opportunity to speak our minds and voices and our opinions on sports. So with that being said, let's get into this pregame. You did.
Yeah.
And hopefully my shit start working. My shit still ain't working. But we're going to figure this shit out because this shit bothering me. We're going to figure it out. But let's get into this pregame. And on the pregame, first thing I want to ask y'all, brothers, is who y'all got, man? Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller?
Ooh. Ooh.
If y'all don't know,
Okay.
that's the projected second and third pick of this year's draft. We all know who's going number 1. You know what I'm saying? So
Ooh.
y'all
To be
got?
honest,
Can I ask a
I only
question?
seen Scoop, bro. I only seen
What?
Scoop. Yeah.
Okay. What's
Okay.
your question, DJohn?
Are we going off teams or are we just going off who the best player between them?
Who you getting?
Who
Not
Like
you
if
team.
I'm the
get?
Who you get?
Hornets, who
Nah,
just
just
okay,
you.
okay,
Who you
okay.
get?
Sure.
Hey, y'all want me to go?
Yeah, you
Oh,
go ahead.
yeah, go
Start that
ahead.
joint. Start that joint.
I think this one I'm gonna go. I like Scoot. But I really like them tall, versatile players. You can play 2 through 4. You know what I mean? He's a little skinny for 4, but once he gets some NBA ready, he probably be able to play the 4 and be able to bring the ball up. So I'm gonna go with Brandon Miller.
Right.
I
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
that. I
go
like
ahead.
that.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I think Scoot's the better player. Right. I think Scoot's the better player. But I think Scoot has to have the right situation around him to really be Scoot. If he has to be somebody that has to play off of a star or he has to come on off the bench, I think he might not be Scoot like how he was when he was with Ignite. I think Brandon Miller, you could plug him in certain situations, and he could just be him. He could just be a scorer coming off the bench. He could be a scorer if he start him. He just could be that guy. Like DJ said, he's more versatile too because he's a lot bigger. You can maybe try him out on some threes, some twos, play around with the small ball, put him at the fold just because you can. So yeah, I think I would draft Brandon Miller, but Scoot, I think the better talent.
What you got? What you got, Bill?
Looking at both prospects, even what they've even said about themselves, when Brandon Miller came out and said that his player comp is probably Paul George, I already kind of saw that. Scoot, I think the reason I'm gonna pick Scoot, and the reason why I'm gonna take Scoot over B is because of if you get a dynamic point guard, you make a really big leap. No matter what. There's a lot of really versatile, good wings in the league.
That's a good point.
Not too many of them do you really, you're not going to get. It was a steal for Boston to get Tatum. They didn't even know what they was getting when they got him, right? Because he didn't even show you this at Duke. B. Mills, he showed you who he was out there in college, but to translate to the NBA, I think it'll be really good. But once you get that head of the snake, if your guy's athletic, if he's not afraid to guard, right, then you already set yourself up to be able to piece things around him easier, right? Almost like, I like what you said about Brandon Miller, Drew, as far as you could play him like at any time or any place. But that also kind of plays against you sometimes because it's like, all right, well, yeah, but you're gonna be floating for the most part if I don't
Yeah,
have, you know what I mean, you're gonna be
you're
floating
gonna have
around in
too
the place.
many. You're gonna be having too many different roles, and that's what you kind of don't want to get
Right.
into. That's why I was saying, like with Scoot's already coming in with the identity of he's a stronger scoring point guard that can get his guys involved. He just got to get used to the game.
Yeah, he's a
And
lead guard. He's a lead
right,
guard. Yeah.
right. And Brandon Miller is like, we know we got to score. Is like, are you going to be a scorer on the ball? Are you going to be a scorer off the ball? Are you going to be? Are you going to be more like a Jason Tatum, where you going to be the primary scorer in a few years, or are you going to be
And what
more
if you're
like
not? Right.
right?
That's the
And
reason
if
why
you're
I'm
like
taking
Jalen
Scoot.
Brown,
Yeah.
right? If you like
Yeah.
Jalen Brown, where you got to maybe play with another star, now we got to get somebody to come in, or are you trade bait? You know, like to get that next player. Like I see Scoot being more of the guy like you said, like you build around, and Brandon Miller being so versatile that you might move him to get a piece, or
But
he
that's the
might
big
be that
thing.
piece.
Cause I'm thinking about it with
That's the talks now for
that the thing that I
real.
look at it and the reason why I took that I would take Scoot is because when you just get somebody who's willing to lead the bunch. You get what I'm saying? Like when you get it, then everything always seems to fall into place. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's it called was a late pick. Bane was on
Yeah,
Memphis, but you already had y'all, right?
yeah,
So it's like, all right, I get to kind of play with house money now because I got somebody who's putting so much pressure on the defense that everybody else that I add is going to be able to benefit. You know, what you
right.
thinking, Far?
Oh man, I just like Scoot's game. Like I said, I only seen Scoot, so I feel like I'm the only one here that's not up on the topic for the pregame. But obviously, I'm gonna go with Scoot.
Okay, well, what's one thing that you like about Scoot that's just like, yeah, I got to pick this.
How he leads his team.
Okay.
How he
Yeah, now
leads his team.
the one game that popped out to me is I mean, of course, when he's going up against Wembanyama, and then we got to see them play twice, so that was cool to like see the number one and the potential number two, and like I mean, Scoot's playing, like Scoot's playing them, and like they both showing that. I mean, it was some people like even in the first game that was talking like, I don't know, man, Scoot's kind of looking like number one pick, and then Wembanyama just come in the second half, and he just okay, yeah, we can't pass up on those 7'7" shooting and step back trays and pull up trays and handling the rock. So it's like it's kind of hard to go up against them. But I don't feel like Scoot, and I don't feel like Brandon Miller's too far because I didn't see Brandon Miller do some stuff in college. So
Yeah, yeah. He Scoot really surprised me. I think who was I watching this with you, Uno, when we the All Star, and he was just sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Boy was just sweating to play. And I'm like, wait, he plays this way no matter if it's supposed to be
Yeah,
chill out competition
yeah.
or you ain't supposed to be going this dummy hole. He was going so hard he wasn't making shots.
The same motor.
You know what I'm saying?
right,
He not tripping.
Give
And
y'all
whoever
he give y'all that Westbrook feel.
right, well, it's Westbrook, but have y'all seen the clip of him training with Steph?
yeah,
Yeah,
He willing to get, you know what I mean? He goes after what people say his weaknesses are. And players like that are players like I really think that he's a uninjured Baron Davis.
mm.
He's a dog who's going to, but he has the athleticism of, Westbrook and, some of these other really high flying guards. But I think that the way that he carries himself and he carries his team, he walks into the gym like, all right, I mean, yeah, you might be a good players up in here, man, but like whoever got to check me tonight, you dealing with it.
right. He going at you.
You know, when
He going at
Brandon
you.
kind of strikes me as like Brandon Miller has always, since he's been this tall, he's always got to deal. He always got to. It's almost like the who my man that went from the Knicks to Portland.
Cam
Uh,
Reddish.
Cam
Cam
Reddish.
Reddish. Cam Reddish was the coldest dude in high school, but there's not too many 6'9" shooting guards in the high school,
Yeah.
right? Then
True.
you go to college and you don't really get to see much around Cam Reddish because when there's other good players on his team, R.J. Barrett, Zion Williamson, you know, you kind of get lost in the shuffle, and you got to be able to score when you get it. Now, when you get to go to these schools to where you basically by yourself, kind of like what D'Lo got to do at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, it's me. You know, you ain't got to worry about this dude actually having
Right.
talent. Like, and anybody that's 6'9", the 6'9" guys is playing in the post in college. They ain't playing out on the wing. You know, so you get that advantage. You know what I'm saying? To where Scoot, he always been one of the smaller dudes. That ain't gonna change. He knows that
Right.
he got to go into your body to finish. You know what I'm saying? He has some of those qualities to where you look and you say, you know what? Maybe the guard I have, because I also look at it like this. Next year, we don't know him, but next year there's going to be a 6'9" lanky scoring guard. There is every season, every draft.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? But it's harder to find, okay, that guy is my lead point guard. And even if I got to give up the guy that I have now, it might be worth it because of what a guy like Scoot can bring to the table. You know, pressure on the defense in this new era of you can't touch nobody. Dude, you got to take that. You got to take it.
Yeah. Like you said, he's a
I
dog.
fuck with that. I fuck with that. So let's transition into this first quarter. It was good. Y'all gave good sports scout analysis on the next
man. The
two
draft's on.
top prospects.
The draft coming up, huh? This
Yeah, it's
week.
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's
Yeah,
Thursday
Thursday.
tomorrow.
Thursday.
So yeah, it's there. So in the first quarter, I want to ask y'all a few questions, and there's been a few rumors that's been going around, so we can talk about those little things that's been going around.
Okay.
Bradley Beal to the Suns, man.
Woo.
What y'all think
Yeah.
about that, brother? What y'all got to say about that? I'm gonna start with Drew. What you got to say to Bradley Beal to the Suns, man?
Hey, listen, man. I'm gonna start, but I'm gonna transition this to DJ because I think we on the same page with this one. All right, KD gotta be the luckiest star I'd have never seen in my life.
Oh
Like,
man.
I mean, I know me and DJ kind of piggybacking off this. DJ probably gonna go a different route with it. You know, I'm not gonna say he's I'm not gonna say he set up all of this, but just like for you to be able to go every way that you went and had two other stars with you, like hasn't been seen. Maybe at this level, I'll say that. I mean, most people will say LeBron, of course, but I think the only other three people that I see is probably the Kevin Love in the first couple of years. But I mean, even so, K Love kind of got hurt, and once he got hurt, that kind of like dropped his game down a little bit more. Kyrie kept his game kind of high, but I mean, he didn't have three stars in LA. Like he didn't have that.
What did D Wade average 16 points in the third season?
Right.
And
I
I'm
mean, like,
tired of that. I'm tired of that narrative. I don't even want to get into it
right.
too much, but
So it's like,
what that nigga do
when you
when
look
LeBron
at
came through? Come on, man.
like when you really looking at how KD just went from young OKC to the Warriors, then to Brooklyn, then to Phoenix, it's like, dang. On the other hand, I don't want to make this about KD. Bradley Beal, you top heavy over there in Phoenix now. You can't get nothing else. That's it.
Right.
You done. So y'all better go out there. All three of y'all better go get 30 now, because
He
y'all
ain't
got to
playing no
go win it now.
defense. He's
Y'all
stopping
got to go win
nobody.
it now, boy.
That was my whole thing. I was telling one of my homies, I'm like, the Suns, first of all, they need a point guard. Because they
Money.
need a because what y'all can't put Devin Booker out there, but y'all it's a certain type of point guard. Y'all need Javon Carter type point guard where the nigga can
Facts.
switch, where he can switch everything and play D Drew Holiday, but y'all ain't got no trade assets. So you know what I mean? Y'all need to really go get Brooke Lopez and go trade DeAndre Ayton and
Get one of these undrafted.
get one of them undrafted or stretch niggas who can knock down the ball and play defense. Because y'all's defense is ass. Like
It's
Right.
bad.
if your best defender is KD, who's no slouch on defense, but if your best defender is KD, you're in trouble because he's not going to be the leading scorer. It's going to be Book. So, and then he going to be the
It's
leader, and
gonna
then
be
KD
tough.
going to be the leading rebounder. So then, what is Bill? I ain't seen that nigga shoot over 47% yet. So
Right.
he not even getting 30. What is
Nah.
46, 45%? So how do
Yeah.
we expect you to get 20 on less shots? I'm just very interested to see what they gonna do. And all them niggas shoot mid range. So
Right.
how
Well, to
y'all
your
gonna get
point,
the
Jay.
spacing?
To
Yeah.
your point, when you took most of my points for sure. But to your point, Bradley Beal averaged 52%. I want to say the year that he was with Westbrook, his highest averaging season. But he has nobody to get him the ball like Westbrook would when Westbrook's fishing for his assists. So yeah, I don't know who they gonna get to run the one over there. I don't know how they gonna look on defense over there, but I mean they're gonna have asses in those seats. I know that.
Right. What you think?
Yeah. It's kind of hard to really grade this trade right now because I think they're gonna end up trading Aiden. So I'm not really gonna grade this trade until Aiden get traded. And if they don't trade Aiden, then yeah, I think this is actually a bad trade because even like if I was saying Bradley Beal need a point guard to really get him going, I think that was the most he ever averaged, and he shot 52%. Once he left, he played a little bit of point guard because they didn't have no point guards at the time. I think they had like Monty Morris or something like that.
Yeah.
He played a little bit of point guard. He actually averaged like 6, 7 assists, but he ain't really the point guard that Phoenix needs. Same with Booker. Booker was a point guard at 1.2, and I mean he cool, but he ain't really the point guard that Bill and KD need.
Right.
So I don't really know how this combo guard gonna really work. And also, I don't even know why they make this trade or why KD wanted to make this trade. Because when he went to Brooklyn, when it was just him and Kyrie, if Kyrie didn't go down, they probably would have got past the Bucks. Because
Yeah.
his toe was on, he was one shot away with his toe being on line from
Yeah.
them going right past them. And that was
Right.
just him by himself. So if he just had Kyrie with him, they probably would have got past the Bucks. So I think if it was just two stars, him and Booker, probably trade Chris Paul or waive him, whatever, and try to pick up a little role player who can actually hoop with them. I
Yeah.
think that would have been better. Now they got 4 max players on the team, and I don't even know who's gonna be around them. Honestly, I think they only got like I don't know if cause isn't Terrence Ross, T.J. Warren, all of
Yeah,
them
Free
they
agents, they all one
free
deal.
agents. So, yeah, so I don't
they
know.
got some work to do.
So
They
yeah,
only
I don't.
have they only have enough money to retain all of the guys who were on their roster last season. So that's all of the money they have left is to just retain and bring those guys back. But that's not going to be enough. The reason why I look at this trade and say that it's a bad idea is because with these players and when you play with scorers, just from playing with you guys and my brothers, it's like we got to play 5 out or 5 out, one in. But the guy that's the one in, he got to be able to get a bucket to the back to the basket. That's not the way that Aiden scores the ball. He gets all of his stuff off flip shots, catching it pit mid post. You know what I mean? When the defense when he's wide open. You know what I'm saying? Devin, I just go from this with Calipari, man. Calipari always plays the guys that play point guard, they don't never sit on Kentucky. Devin Booker came off the bench. He's not a point guard because Calipari would have played you after one. So I look at that and I say, okay, Devin Booker, I looked up his stats. He shoots 60% off a catch and shoot. Bradley Beal, he's shooting 55% off catch and shoot. And we know what KD does off catch and shoot. Who passing?
Yeah.
How you gonna get the catch and shoot? And it's a lot
little.
easier. It's a lot easier to guard if you know you're gonna go into the game, stay at home, guard your guy. There's one basketball. Stay at home, guard the guy in front of you. If this guy gets 50, the other two gonna get mad. That's what Kobe was talking mess about against them in OKC. He's like, all right, well, yeah, like, but you need 28 points a game to get paid. He's shooting all the shots.
Right,
You know what
but I
I'm
mean,
saying?
like, but to your point, is like, well, what's the scouting report on all of them? All the scouting report is the same.
Stay
Make
at
them
home.
put it on the ground.
Yeah, stay at home. Just stay at
Make
home.
them
Keep the ball
dribble.
in front of you.
Run them off the line, make them dribble. And if you got to make them playmakers, then you kind of run into like a situation where it's like, okay, now we're going to scramble. We're going to double team off of Yo in the corner. I don't know who Yo going to be, but it's going to be a Yo. We double teaming off Yo in the corner, and then now he going to shoot it. And then it's like, now we're in a situation where y'all going to be tough.
Never in history of basketball has 4 players on the team average 25 points a game.
We don't even know if they're going to stay healthy.
Right, okay. And if they don't, it might actually bode well. But the ball's going to be what? All right, it's a telltale sign for me is this. If KD triggered this and said, yeah, go get him, KD knows that he doesn't have quite what he used to have. That's one. It's either that or they're looking at it like we're going to swing for the fences, but you're swinging for the wrong fence. You know what I'm saying? They got him for the cheap. They got Bradley Beal for the cheap as far as what they had to give up. You know, a couple second rounders,
Right.
pick swaps, you know, that's nothing to get them. But you don't have the complementary players. I could see them trying to see and try, but it's going to be a low ball. But I could see them with Frank Vogel being over there in Phoenix. You know, he done already took half of the Lakers' assistants, man. He might go over right to Caruso and be like, hey, man, come run my one. You know, play defense, run my one, get everybody the ball, and we'll pay you on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Might be able to get one of those off, but I don't even think something like that is even ideal because you have young players. Devin Booker might want to win, but he knows he still got years ahead of him, right? KD want to win right now, and Bradley Beal want to show, like, I don't know what Bradley Beal want to do. Really, like, he seemed like one of the players that don't really care he win or he don't, you know? And
Well, when he had, after Westbrook, it was after Westbrook.
yeah.
He was dumb mad about, like, they said, like, he the only person in NBA history to put up back-to-back 50s and losses. And you see him on the bench is hot about it. So it's like Bradley Beal finally gets a team for him to put him in a position to win. But I'll ask you this. Do you just go ahead and get one of them old point guards like Rondo and just, like, say, hey, just be the point?
The thing about everything that y'all said, I agree. But the problem is, we all think they dead meat. So I think the bulk of the butter is if you trade what they got for the value of Chris Paul and Shamit, you do 9 times out of 10.
Facts.
So it's not a bad
Right.
trade. It's not a
Facts.
bad trade.
Right.
You do that
Bad
every
fit.
single time. You can do that every time. And you try to make it. You try to make it work. The problem is none of them play defense. None of them play deep. So it doesn't matter who you get. You have to have a big and you have to play a point guard that play defense.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna start Book at the 2, Bill at the 3, KD at the 4. You can't start either a different rotation because none of them niggas can play point guard. So that's what it has to be. So you need a point guard and then 8 and 8 playing no defense. So I don't know. I think it's very tough. But an old nigga ain't gonna help. Rondo ain't gonna help.
Oh, he not?
He gonna pass the ball and he
offense.
gonna have 10 assists, but who gonna play defense?
Who's chasing
Yeah.
Jamal?
That nigga Ja gonna eat that nigga.
Yeah. Who's chasing Jamal Murray? Who's chasing John
For
Murray?
25 games, he not.
Yeah.
And that leads into my next segment before halftime or before the second quarter. What y'all got to say about Ja Morant's 25-game suspension for the blicky lighter?
For the blicky lighter.
Hey
I think
man.
he a jackass.
Oh man, what is
Straight
this?
up.
Hey, look,
Straight
this is what
up.
I'll say.
Because you just got out of trouble with that other gun bullshit. And then you turn around and your boy shows you on camera without the gun in your hand. And so what do? You go to get a gun in your hand when he comes back around with the camera. You're
And then
stupid.
you
Right.
You're
unfollowed,
young.
but and then you unfollowed Buddy like it was his problem.
Well,
Right.
that
You're
my
young. I
biggest
can't
thing
say
is
you're young because I don't think any of us would do that at that age. That dumbass shit. We just got away with some bullshit. I think he got away with a slap on the wrist for real.
well, look, I look at it and I say this. Even going back to Uno's point of it being a lighter or whatever, then why do you think that that's funny? You didn't get punished because necessarily it was a gun or not. You got punished because of what Five was saying. The punishment that you got before, you laughed at, you scoffed off, you didn't care. So what you gonna do is you gonna think it's funny, and it might be a toy or whatnot, but you gonna up the ante. And you know what I'm saying? And look, if somebody had said, if you don't get in trouble, and somebody had said, man, that's a toy, how is you gonna react to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what message are you really trying to portray yourself to be when in the NBA? Like, look, all I'll say is this: if this had been David Stern, oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah,
100
he'd get him
games,
out of there.
2 seasons.
Gilbert.
No, because look, I look at it and say the 25 games, I thought it was going to actually be 10 more than that. I thought it was going to be 35 games. The 25 games, I think I was talking to Drew about this. I said 25 games just allows the NBA to hype up the Christmas Day game, give you guys a game against the Lakers on Christmas Day. And now the money going to skyrocket because it's about to be your first or third game back from the 25 game suspension. That's a play. That ain't no suspension to me. That's a play. You bringing him back right?
The nigga losing $9 million though.
Well, yeah, he's
Right.
gonna lose up to $50 million because now he can't
That's what I
qualify
heard.
for his super max. So,
Yeah, he
Oh
can't
yeah, because you
qualify
got to
for.
play 65
He
games,
got to
right? Or
play 65
75.
games. So
Yeah.
but
yeah,
but it's like Nike ain't get rid of him, so he still got the 100 mil coming from there.
As they
now if
shouldn't
Nike
have.
get rid of him, they gonna get cooked.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
shouldn't have. They
they
shouldn't
They
have.
shouldn't
finna be
have.
done. They finna be done. Cause
I just think 35 would have been, I'd have been all right with it. The 25 games that he getting, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that he'll necessarily do this again, but I don't think you did anything to deter anybody else from doing something. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why David Stern operated the way he did. Man, you're going to be gone for the rest of the season, bro, because I want this punishment to be so steep that if anybody behind you think that they're going to get this off, that's out.
they cooked.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
cooked.
out.
What you got, DJ?
Yeah, pretty much I agree with everything y'all said. Hopefully he doesn't learn his mistake. He is still young. I mean, like Five said, I don't think we would make that mistake for sure. But there is people is like Jaw, even like Steven Jackson came out and said he was just like him. Just back in the day, they just didn't have cameras like we do now.
Yeah.
So there probably have been a lot more Jaws now
Yeah.
if they had cameras back in the day. So the only thing I didn't like that I felt like they low key set him up for failure. And having him come on ESPN or wherever they was to go talk to Jalen Rose and have him say all that, apologize and all. I just feel like that's kind of setting him up for even more failure because
Yeah, if you're
they
immature.
just, yeah, like I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying. I think I agree, but I don't. If your job, man, if that's like saying that we setting up the president for failure because he got to speak. Like it ain't our fault that we picked a dumbass nigga in Trump who can't speak, or Joe Biden who can't speak. Like
Yeah.
that's part of y'all job. So you have to go out there and apologize, and you got to be held accountable. Now, I don't think it's set up for failure because who knew your stupid ass was gonna do it again? Nobody knew you was gonna do that again. Like So
right.
yeah, it's set up for failure if they knew his dumbass was a dumbass, but nobody knew he was gonna be doing that shit on the camera twice, nigga, in less than 2 months. That's wild, nigga.
Yeah,
Everybody
that's
was
why.
shocked when they seen it. They said, "Hey, this ain't the
Right,
same clip." Nah, it's a new clip. Oh,
right. No
Yeah, no
way.
good shit.
And you said that
Uh-uh.
Steven
No
Jackson
way.
said he was just like John Morant when he was younger. I don't think he was doing what John Morant did in the offseason. What'd he
now
do?
look.
He put a
I
gun on a
don't, I
young
don't
dude or
know.
some shit like that?
Now this is like 3 or 4 incidences to where John kind of going out, being outside a little too much, but Steven Jackson also should admit that he was on 3 different teams. His first 3, he got kicked off of San Antonio Spurs for this very same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's cool to be like, yeah, I identify with him, and that's cool. But Steven Jackson wasn't the number 1 or 2 marketing guy for the next
Right.
generation.
True.
Like this is next to what they want. What they wanted is John Morant and LaMelo Ball to usher in, the point guard of the next generation, and
Yeah.
be marketable and be likable and stuff like that. And really, John Morant was I just feel like he kind of played around with it. He felt like he had a little bit more rope than what he actually got,
Well, yeah, I mean, I think to talk about that a little bit, I just think like when you're looking at Ja and you're looking at, I mean, we can even talk about Zion. I just don't think like they wanted to be like those types of stars. Like I think they just wanted to be new type of stars. Like do whatever I want to do. I don't
That
gotta
nigga
be in the media.
Zion.
I ain't gotta be doing all
But
this
you
other
can't,
stuff.
I
Like
mean, bro, my nephew looks up to him, to John Morant. Whether or not
right,
you want to be a role model, you
you
are.
are one.
You are
You
in
are
a
one
position to where
exactly.
you're in a spotlight and you're hooping. You're doing well. You're doing your job.
But that's
Can't
With
but
be
that's
that
what I'm
being
saying.
said,
Zion, B.
more
They
comes with the
wanted to
territory.
be right, but they wanted to be like that new star that's like all I gotta
Zion
do is
fucking
hoop.
up.
All I gotta do is hoop, and then I could almost like Kawhi, but they like I said, you want to be. I mean, like Bill said, you want to be everywhere. You want to be on social media. You want to be out and about and stuff like that. It's not like you just hooping and just going back to the crib.
Nah, they
Like
Zion.
right, they outside.
well, this is
And I think the reason why he got and I told we talked about this too a little bit, but I said the reason why I think he got 25 games is because they looked at the punishment for Miles Bridges and
right,
seen that he only got 30 games.
but he was out the
And
season though.
He got kicked
but
out the league. He got blackballed. He
Season.
yeah,
ain't
yeah,
play
Year and a
all
half,
year.
shit.
He still ain't picked up.
but
That nigga gone.
like technically the league suspended him for only 30 games.
Yeah,
So I'm like, okay, if he only gets suspended for 30 games and he actually had a whole case, then they gonna get somebody that didn't have a case, something less than that. So I was actually going in, I was thinking about it. I thought they were gonna give him honestly, I thought they were gonna give him right at the 30, the 65 game mark where he could still try to get awards. But to punish him to say like we're not even gonna give like you gonna lose all that money. More than likely, you're not gonna make the All-Star game because you didn't miss 25 games too, so you're gonna lose more money. Like I think they're trying to hurt his pockets more than
That's a
saying
new
like you
rule
gonna
too,
be
right?
here.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
like
new
you
rule.
gonna be here, but we gonna hurt you with your pockets because you hear guys like you like Draymond, like Kendrick Perkins even talked about it too. Like when I look back at my career, it's not about the things that I didn't done. It's all the money I lost from doing dumb stuff. And so I think that's what's gonna hurt Ja more. Like when he looks back, like, dang, if I didn't do what I did, I probably would have made, like Jay said, 50 to $75 million
Yeah, more,
just by
more.
missing 25 games.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
only that, all your endorsements could be running advertisement and stuff like that throughout the course of the summer, the season, all that. And they're probably not even more. And now you're losing money doing that as well. So it's like,
Tarnishing your brand.
well, yeah.
right, right.
NBA is a corporation. The NBA, National Basketball, it's an association. So it's like, look, the rules might be this as far as because in different states you got different laws, right? So but it's about what the NBA deems is acceptable and unacceptable under their corporation. You know, and if
Right.
it's acceptable for you to portray yourself in this manner, the same reason why David Stern was like, nah, y'all gonna get up out of these jerseys, man. You better put a suit on or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna have to dress a little bit different. It's because he, as the commissioner, you have the reins to be like, we don't want to portray our league in this facet, right? And going back to what you were saying, Drew, when you were saying, like, you know, they want to be the new age, like, new star and new this and this and that. That's cool. You could do that, but do it the way that the new stars are doing it. Joker is the same way, but he goes home. You don't see it. Luka's the same way. They caught Luka outside. He smacked down five beers at one setting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he not doing the crazy stuff. He not doing the stuff, you know, what we would consider like the clout. You know,
Right.
it ain't the clout stuff. So I
Right.
look at it and I say, I don't mind, like, going back to this thing, like, how's a job gonna tell me what to do on my downtime? Well, if the job has already laid down the legislation of, like, all right, this is what you do, this is what we expect for when, you know, you go up to work, you know, if you can't be off the butter, you know what I'm saying, then you can't come to work hungover, or you can't come to work and be failing a test, you know what I mean, failing a piss test, like, you just can't do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about me trying to control your life, but you said, all right, go ahead, like, you know what I mean, like, I'm above. And him doing what he did, he felt like, I don't know what he felt like, but it seemed like to the commissioner is like, all right, well, like, y'all need me. Like, y'all need me.
Right.
And, like, in the NBA, it's like, man, LeBron finna retire, bro. Kobe done retired, bro. Magic been gone, the league been going. Michael done been gone, the league been going. You know, like, I don't know, man.
Right. I
And
mean,
you
like,
like
it's
who
a
coming
it's
in,
one
bro?
of
You
them
ain't
leagues.
leaving like
Right.
that.
Right. You mess around and let school get big, they gonna start promoting school, and then, hey, you right back.
There's
You
some
right
nice
back,
young talent
motherfucker.
coming up too.
I saw that. Yeah, there is, and I'm mad that our video clips ain't working because I had a whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Locked in, but we're gonna do it next week after the draft, and then we can do it, you know what I mean, going in. But
Cool.
Ron Artest had 73 game suspension.
Gone.
So I was like, 25 ain't bad.
He was running in the stands though, brother.
That's what I'm
Beer got
saying.
thrown on his
That's
hand.
what I'm saying. 70 games for running in the stands and beating up niggas is bad. But 25, like, for a lighter gun, like, that's legal, that you permanent to have, it's just bad for role model for the league. So you got to get suspended for that for doing twice. But 25 games, it's kind of understandable within the
Right.
combine. You can't get a nigga 50. Like, he ain't going
Right.
to
Oh,
the stands and
Nah.
beat a nigga up. He
nah.
He
ain't,
gonna
you
do it
know.
again. That's gonna get to 50.
I'm thinking 35 will get all of the young boys that might be wanting to, blicky up. You ain't coming in doing that
No, you
in this
can't come
league.
into the blicky, man.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
we're gonna transfer into the second quarter, man.
All
And
right.
the last couple things gonna go, she'll go by real smooth. So we doing it was a season recap, you know what I mean? So these trivia questions on this season in particular. So we're gonna go with
Ooh.
the first question of trivia time. And the first question is, who was the top 5 leading scorers of this season?
Joel.
Top 5 leading scorers of this
Joel
season.
Embiid for sure.
That's number 1.
Yeah.
LeBron, because he went after that record.
Not on the list.
No, he's not on
Really?
there.
KD.
Not on the list.
Oh, okay.
Luka Doncic.
Number 2.
I don't know. D-Book average 30. D-Book up there?
Not on the list.
Yeah.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Not on the list. Just missed it.
What? Okay.
So it's everybody that got 30. We got Embiid.
Not on the
John
list.
Morant.
John
No, John's
Morant, not on the list.
Kumbo.
Oh, my bad. SGA,
Kumbo.
Shea Gilgeous.
Shea's number 4.
Oh,
Giannis
dang.
is number 5.
So we need number 3.
You
Is it
need
Dame?
3 and 2.
2
I
is
don't think
I
you
Luka.
thought
guys
you
got
say
2.
Luka.
We got
Dame,
2.
you got to
Luka.
do okay. Then Dame's number 3. See, y'all got all 5. All
All
5.
right,
Okay,
Joel
Luka,
Embiid's
Dame.
number 1. Luka's 2. Dame's 3. Shay's 4. Giannis is 5.
Did Dame? Do you got the actual numbers? Dame averaged 32.
He averaged. I fucking had it. I'll do it quick. Have it right here.
I think like
I
Embiid
thought
averaged like 30. Did Embiid average like 34?
He
Luke
averaged
averaged
30.
33.
I think he averaged 31 or 32.
Embiid.
32. Dame averaged 32 this year.
Yeah,
32.2. And Embiid averaged
It's my boy.
33.
3 Dame.
33.
33.
Yeah, so
Free
it was like
Dame.
3
33,
You don't want to
32,
be free.
32. Free Dame, man.
Free
That
Dame
Next
is
one.
nigga.
crazy.
Name the top 5 players who led the NBA in offensive rebounds this season.
Oh.
Looney. I'm going
Jo-
Looney. Throw Looney in there.
Josh Hart.
Looney's number 1 with 274.
Damn.
Oh. Um.
Josh Hart.
He ain't
Oh
on the
no.
list. He
Josh
ain't on
Hey,
the
Hart.
list.
Judge.
Hey, he's crazy. Hey, he get like 6 or 7 of them a game.
That nigga
No.
get a lot. If it was the playoffs, he would definitely be on this damn list for sure. That nigga's a rabbit.
Is Brooke Lopez on there?
Not on the list.
What about Anthony Davis?
Not
He
on the
ain't play
list.
enough.
You said offensive rebounds, right?
Offense.
Joker.
Totals, too. Not a game. So totals. So Looney with 274 total offensive rebounds in the season. Joker's not on the list.
Is Mitchell Robinson up there?
He's number 2
Okay.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
with 267.
Oh, this list ugly.
Valanciunas.
Not on the list. It is
I
an
was
ugly
gonna go
list.
The
Rudy.
bonus.
Sabonis is number 4. Rudy's
Oh,
not
that's
on the
good.
list.
Okay.
You sure Josh Hart ain't up there, man? That boy be rebound.
Oh,
I'll give you a hint for number 5 because it's hard. He's on the West. And okay, number 3, the last 2 niggas, one of them played for the same team that one plays for now, and one's on the West.
They both on the West?
No,
Okay, got you.
one
I
plays
see.
for the same team that the other one plays for right now,
and that team's on the West.
and that team is on the West. So I'm gonna say,
And it's an ugly nigga. Like y'all ain't gonna like. You would guess it if like you got to be like in there, like watching basketball to know this nigga.
Nurkic.
No,
I'm gonna say Miles Turner.
no. Think West.
Yeah.
Think West, because that would be the easier. That would be the hardest one to guess. The
Who,
easier
Plumlee?
one. No, not Plum.
Oh shit! It better not be. Dude from the Raptors.
No.
Oh,
Starts with an R. Team starts with an R. And the same colors.
The Rockets?
Sangoon.
Sangoon's number 5
Is
It's gone. Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
242.
I didn't think he was offensive
So
boarding like
the
that.
next player used to play
Well,
for
you
the
know they
Rockets.
shooting on that team. They shooting a lot. So you know.
You
Hey,
said
yeah, they
Right, they
shooting.
putting that
he was
motherfucker
on
up.
that team.
The
Clint.
next player, yeah, Clint Capella.
Clint.
Ooh.
Clint
Okay,
Capella.
big
So,
Clint paid
Clint.
him
Firing
though.
over here too.
number one is Looney. Number 2 is Mitchell. Number 3 is Clint Capella. Number 4 is Sabonis. And number 5 is Siakam. I mean, not Siakam, Sangoon.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
And so name the last one. Name the top 5 players who led the NBA in steals this season.
Steph.
Oh,
Steph's not on the list.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, Caruso.
Not on the list. Not on the list.
Oh,
Mitchell.
Caruso.
Davion Mitchell.
Not on the list.
He don't get steals like that.
Oh, De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron.
Not on the list.
He's not top 5.
Ooh.
DeJounte
Probably
Murray.
top 10.
Not on the list.
John Morant.
That's some
Not on the
ugly
list.
shit.
It's ugly then.
What about bro
It's
from the
ugly.
Lakers?
Not on the
Vanderbilt.
list.
Vanderbilt?
Nope.
Let the league in steals.
Josh Hart. Bam.
Nope.
I mean, not Bam. Not
Is
Bam.
Maxey on the list?
Nope.
That's a good one.
First hint, teammate of one of the players that was just named.
Oh, Show ain't Bangs. His arms are short.
All right.
DJ just named the player, just named the team on accident.
Oh, Bam. Jimmy?
Number 2 on the list.
Jimmy is?
Yeah.
Is it
For the
total
season,
rebounds?
it's real
Total
low then.
steals. Like the
Yeah,
best, the nigga who
yeah.
led the league in steals this season.
Damn, that nigga ain't even play all these seasons.
Right, that's what I said. It's low then.
Oh, Drew Holiday.
Nope.
I was thinking Drew Holiday, but once we said Jimmy, I gotta get real low.
That's number 2. 2 of these niggas are teammates.
What?
Ooh, that's
Who
sweaty.
lacking that?
Right, what teammates is sweaty? It's got to be a point guard and a 2 guard.
Around there.
Yeah.
Who is a sweaty point and a 2
I'm
on defense?
Say Anunoby.
I wouldn't yeah. OG's
Oh,
number 1.
OG. I was gonna say OG.
That's good.
Fred.
Yeah, I was about to just say
Fred,
OG.
and Fred's number
That's
3.
good.
Fred,
OG and Bleed.
And Vliet.
Yeah.
That's all I wasn't gonna say. I was gonna say, don't think sweaty. Don't think sweaty. Think little.
I forgot about OG. OG
Think little. These
So
two,
we need two more?
the last two are young niggas.
Oh.
Young up and coming niggas. That y'all
I
be
was gonna say
gassing
dude
on
from
them.
the Spurs.
Nah,
But
the
it's
dudes
not
that y'all
him.
be gassing on this damn podcast. Y'all been gassing both these niggas. At least one of them.
AE.
Sure. Yeah, his weak ass. He number 4.
Hey.
Yeah, I know he's sweaty. He been playing defense though.
Yeah, he be locking.
And the last one isn't a nigga you guys would really be like, he should be on this list. It's kind of a surpriser. But once you say it, you wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
East or West?
West.
Jalen Green.
No.
Hell no.
Ready. It's on one of them young teams. It gotta be.
For sure.
I was gonna say, oh
So
boy,
that means they ain't in the playoffs.
That was trying to bark his staff on the Rockets. I forget his name.
Porter.
Not on the Rockets. Not Porter.
One of
is
the
it
West
Lou Dort?
Teammate.
So is it
SGA?
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
it's
Shay.
SGA?
Shay.
Really?
He have handles than Lou Dort?
Yeah.
Shit, weak as hell.
It's ugly as shit.
SGA on 2 different lists tonight though. That's crazy.
You're right.
Yeah.
Let's give him an applause
two-way.
for the first half of the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so now it's halftime. Y'all know it's a little promotional shit, so I just want to give a special shout out to the 7 Podcast Network for let's get on here, talk our shit. It's much appreciated. I also want to give a shout out to the clothing brand Evans by 7. It is, you can follow them and get the update on the new merch. And that's it for today. We can jump into this goddamn.
Shout out Big Z too.
Oh yeah. All that. We can jump into the third. Well, it was the third quarter with the prospects. I wanted to talk about the prospects. I had the film loaded up, but it's cool. We're gonna just go ahead and move past that. But what we can do is just jump right into this goddamn fantasy draft then. And I looked at the results, and it may be a little surprising to some people, but the champ is no longer the champ. He has been dethroned. He has finally been dethroned. And good reign,
bro.
Good reign. And with that being said, the first pick
I think Bill won.
of today's fantasy draft is your boy Matthew Aaron, aka Bill.
Yeah.
He got the first
that
pick.
team was crazy when I looked at it.
It was.
Look at your team.
It was.
I looked at it that team was crazy.
His team was gross. For a recap of the winning team, that's what I'm gonna start doing too with the recap, so they can get the recap of who won.
You gonna do what I'm not on the man.
I know,
So
man.
yeah,
I just thought of it, brother. It's okay.
we
It's
gonna
okay. You
do it. We
won
gonna do it
3-0.
now.
It's on Instagram.
Oh man,
He trying to be Jordan
right.
and shit, man.
Right, man. Bill had
They
Westbrook,
got
Kobe,
Jordan.
Tracy McGrady, T Mac, or I said Tracy McGrady, Kevin Durant, Dennis Rodman. So had a squad. And
yeah,
with the second pick, it's gonna be the reigning champ 5-5. Then we're gonna go with Drew, then DJ. Man, they hoeing you, man. They hoeing you, DJ. We gotta
Oh
figure
man,
it out, man. We gotta figure it out. We
man,
gotta
they
figure
gotta
it
Yeah,
get
out.
they
you.
playing
yeah,
you.
yeah.
We gonna figure.
Yeah,
We
they
gonna
playing
figure it
you,
out
man.
though. They hoeing. So with that being said, man, let's get into it. Bill you up. What you want to do? And we're doing,
All
by
right,
the
so how
way,
we doing this
fantasy
draft?
team. So look, fantasy team from the 2010 to the 2020 drafts. So you can only pick players within those 10-year spans. How we doing it? Same way. I loaded up more players for y'all to, get a little thing. Now it's the same way though. It's not pick the best players. It's still the same thing. I didn't put
Yeah,
the positions in, but it's still the same way. Starting five, So be smart. How you gonna draft? And there's I looked over the list. Not too many great point guards. There's good ones, but not too many. So
Right.
let's just be smart. You know what I mean? And that's important. So with that being said, let's get into it. Bill, what we doing?
We ain't picking a rookie year, right?
Nah, you picking a
This is
primes. It's
okay.
primes.
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna take today with the
Oh
first
damn.
pick in the draft. I'm going to take um.
What you doing? I was geek. I don't know what you doing.
Dang, it's tough.
All right, I'm gonna take Giannis.
Giannis.
Mm.
I'm gonna
Good.
start off
Big
with Giannis.
Yanni.
It's
That's
hella
good.
names. Oh,
We can move fast.
Right,
I'm gonna
it's a
get
lot.
Joker.
Okay.
I got Joker.
I'm gonna get Luca.
Oh, that's good.
Ooh, took my pick. It's on me too,
Yeah.
huh? Boy, right. Go ahead and give me damn. Go ahead and give me I'm
And
gonna
we
go
right
ahead
back to you too, so you might as well think it twice while you at it.
and am I?
Yep.
You know what? Give me I got Joker. Give me a beat.
Mm-hmm.
You can go ahead and give me a beat.
And who else? Right back at you.
Go ahead and give me Kawhi.
Okay.
All right, Drew, you up.
Is that Damian Lillard?
That's Dame.
Give me Dame.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I thought he was going to slip
That's your
right past
boy too,
me,
man.
man. I just thought I'd be able to
Well, I
get him
take
on
it
the
you
next
running
one.
Luca at the 3.
I don't know what I'm gonna do right now.
Okay. Cause you got
Got a
two
little
ones
time.
right now. I'm just letting it be known. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting it be known.
Oh
I might have
man.
to run Luca. He had Brunson.
He did have Brunson. Yeah, Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson.
5-5. What we doing?
I'm gonna take Klay Thompson.
Play. Then I seen
Mm,
Dame.
I
I
didn't
think
even
that
see
Joker
him.
could give him good opportunities off ball.
Right back
Okay.
at
Make
you,
him put.
Bill. What we
Yeah.
doing?
I'm doing Anthony Davis, and I'm doing Paul George.
Mm. Mm.
You ain't lying about the point
T
guard.
big. Big team.
Mm. 5-5. Right back at you.
Yeah, it's getting
I'm gonna get
skimpy
Draymond.
now.
Draymond.
I'm gonna get Draymond. I need some defense.
Mm.
Bet. Drew, it's on
Let
you.
me get Jalen Brown. Dang, there's still a lot of good people actually.
It's on you,
It sure
DJ.
is. Let me go ahead and pick up Tatum. And since I couldn't get Dame, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my boy Fox.
Okay.
Right. I'm looking at. I didn't left a lot on the table for real.
Nigga, we locking.
And we right back at you, Drew. What we doing?
Let me go get. I mean, this ain't a. Only the real ones know this one. Don't give me DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Because
looking at him too.
niggas know if they know. What we doing, Five? It's on you.
Oh, I fucking
I'm gonna
can't.
get Wembanyama. Now let me see. I'm gonna get
Hey, I did see Vic on here and immediately started with him.
right. Because I rock with him. I like him a lot. I'm gonna go D-Lo. That's my guy in the league right now.
And I get one more
Okay.
pick before you do the recap.
Yeah.
My pick is Kyrie Irving.
That's a good one. Yeah, he was left. Boy, was he left.
Tripping. All right, Brett. Let's get this little break in. Give the recap off real quick. Matthew Aaron, so far, he got Kyrie at the 1, Paul George at the 3, Giannis at the 4, AD at the 5. 5-5. Got D'Lo at the 1, Clay at the 2, Draymond at the 4, Joker at the 5. Drew got Dame at the 1, Jaylen Brown at the 2, Luka at the 3, and got D-Cuz at the 5. DJ got Fox at the 1, Kawhi at the 3, Jason Tatum at the 4, and Joel Embiid at the 5. And right back with that, we're right back at you, Matthew Aaron. What you want to do for your last pick?
For my last pick, I am taking Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
I didn't even see. Oh, is it BI? Damn.
Say, brother, don't Klay Thompson play the 3?
You could, yeah, you could.
You could. He played
You
it
can
too.
slide him to
He
the
could.
tray.
You getting last year Clay though. That's the only.
Heck yeah.
That's the only time he ran the 3.
I'm gonna do that and go Anthony Edwards, bro.
Bet.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
Drew, what you
Draymond.
doing?
So
You need a
I'm gonna
foul.
go Bam.
Okay.
Big Ben.
Okay. I got a couple questions.
What's
Or at
up?
least one.
True cheat.
Yes, sir.
Anyone pick Paul George?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bill did.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give me a shooter. Give me Zach LaVine.
That's not bad.
And you know what's crazy about that? If you look at that draft class, they try to hold Zach LaVine, man. They had him number 8. I try to only do everybody's top 5 of their draft class. And they had this nigga at 8. And I'm like, Clint Capella ain't better than this nigga. That's kind of crazy. Like, I know his stats are, but like, Zach LaVine, that nigga. Like, I was like, they tripping.
Facts.
8. That's wild.
And so that concludes that this goddamn fantasy draft, the 2010 and the 2022 draft classes, 2020 draft classes. I'll do a recap one last time of each team. Matthew Aaron with the first pick got Kyrie, B.I., Paul George, Giannis, and AD. 5-5 got D'Lo, AE, Clay, Draymond, and Joker. Drew got Damian Lillard, Jaylen Brown, Luka, Bam, and DeMarcus Cousins. And DJ got Fox, Zach LaVine, Kawhi, Jason Tatum, and Embiid.
Dang, man, Jimmy Butler was left out.
Yeah. I was thinking about getting them, but I said,
Bradley Beal.
I need a shooter.
Y'all keep disrespecting Melo, man. It's cool.
Look, if Kyrie wasn't there, he was on my list. He was on my list. Because I knew that
Trae
Damian
Young was
was
left
going to be
out.
gone. But I looked at it, I said, well, look.
Oh, nigga, I ain't grabbing Trae.
If I have
Too little for my list.
If I have Kyrie and I don't have to worry about, my team is just going. Everybody, if
Right? I mean,
somebody get
Donovan
double,
Mitchell was left.
Donovan was left. I
I'm
was
gonna
just
take
like,
them for my point guard.
Jamal Murray was left. It's a lot. I mean,
there's a whole
I was
team left.
looking. Right. I was looking. I was gonna go Triple J, but then I seen Bam. I think I just like Bam a little bit more than Triple J.
Triple J for
And
that jump shot.
I
nobody
mean,
gonna
no
pick my
Zion,
Zion.
no Ja.
Oh man, their reputation getting them right now, man.
No Darius Garland, no Tyler Hero, no
That's
Jordan
crazy.
Poole. I mean, there's a
You
lot of
think they'd
no's
have went
on this
number
team.
one last year, man? What you think, man? They don't went, they went high up just last year, huh?
I don't know if they're gonna play. That's ultimately like what it comes down to with me. How many games am I getting?
They ain't
Hey,
got no
man,
defense.
No, it's no. So all the players I was left off.
yeah,
Let's give a quick
You
synopsis.
can make your five for real.
John Wall,
Mm,
Gordon Hayward, Eric Bledsoe, Jimmy
yeah,
Butler, Kemba Walker, Bradley Beal, Chris Middleton, Rudy
yeah,
Gobert, C.J. McCollum, Victor Oladipo, Steven Adams,
yeah.
Andrew Wiggins, Aaron Gordon, Nurkic, Cat, Devin Booker, Porzingis, Miles Turner, Jamal Murray, Ben Simmons, Sabonis, and Siakam,
right.
Donovan Mitchell, John Collins, Trey Young, Triple J, Shea, and DeAndre Ayton, Jaw, Zion, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero, Jordan Poole, LaMelo, Tyler Hamburg, Patrick Williams, and Sadiq Bey.
So who would you pick of five out of those dudes? Who would you pick?
Shit, right now, nigga, I'm running goddamn. I'm running goddamn Ja,
Yeah.
Shay. Someone got Shay?
No.
Nah, SGA. Nah.
Ja. Ooh-wee.
Yeah, it's a lot,
You
brother.
even
There's a
left your
lot on
boy
that
out.
list.
You even left
A
Melo
lot on
out.
that.
Yeah, well, Melo ain't getting 30. Nigga getting 30 and 10. Nigga, Melo getting 22 and 10. That ain't 30 and 10, nigga. That's 8 more points. 3 more steals in playoffs. So I ain't delusional
And
now. Y'all
playoffs.
picking AE, and AE getting bounced out the first round. Like, he ain't doing shit. He ain't even getting 30.
You said their
Nigga,
primes. We ain't seen his yet.
Oh no, man.
Nah,
Hey,
not this. Yeah, primes. If yeah, what we
you gotta
seen.
take what they done showed you, man.
Said
Right.
their
So I'll
primes. Hey,
probably
I'm
go
going off the
Ja.
rule.
I'll probably go Ja. I would go Zion, but he got to go out because he can't stay healthy. So I'm gonna go Ja, Devin Booker.
Yeah.
See, if I was doing it, I would cheat. You know what I'm saying? So I would do Ja, Shea, Devin Booker. Then I would
Dog, you
do,
just getting buckets.
and then I would do, cause y'all
Yeah, go get Triple
disrespectful.
J.
Prime Ben Simmons is fucking crazy.
Okay.
Is it really?
I can take that. I can take that.
He is.
What?
Who your big?
I'm gonna just make
Who
What
a
your
center?
center.
big?
Yeah, with
And
what
my
Who your
center?
big,
big?
and my big would have to be.
You gotta be like Miles Turner,
Gotta be
AD.
Kristaps.
Someone got AD?
It gotta be
Yeah,
weak. It
AD.
gotta be weak ass cat.
Cat.
Oh, nigga, we eating.
It gotta be weak ass cat.
Cat.
All right, you'll take Cat's prime over Porzingis' prime in New York.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I ain't even
Porzingis
seen
is
him.
18 and 8, and Cats
Okay,
was
at
dom-
least 25.
was at least 25 and 12.
What
Like
Yeah,
about Miles?
Cat's delusional, but at one
yeah.
point, I
He
can
was
understand
nice.
why he was delusional, but he lost
Right.
his damn mind now. That nigga
What
Yeah.
about
talking
Miles?
crazy.
Miles
What does
Turner.
Miles do?
He got 3 blocks.
17 and 7 with 3 blocks. I don't want you. I'll take Sabonis.
You
I
got
don't
Right.
want
niggas who
you.
dropped 30. You need
I
That's
don't.
a
Triple
nigga from block
J.
shot. It's
I don't
Triple
want
J.
you. I'll go take the nigga who's getting 6 blocks and 6 fouls. I'll go get Triple J if I'm gonna
Right.
go get somebody, or Steven Adams who gonna knock all y'all niggas out the game with screens.
Facts.
So
All right.
I mean, if you pair up Triple J with Aiton, then you actually get the best of both. You got somebody who gonna block shots, and then you got somebody who gonna virtually get bucks. But
hell
Hey, he
yeah.
gonna be ass no matter what.
yeah,
So
yeah,
fourth quarter, last little bit of what we doing. let me ask y'all a simple one gotta go. This all off the cusp, off the list that I'm looking at right now.
Okay.
One gotta go, three gotta stay. And I'm gonna go off of y'all all y'all first picks. So Giannis, Joker, Luca, and Embiid. Who going? And who's
Giannis,
staying?
I got
Luka,
it.
Jokic, and Embiid.
Very
Embiid got
tough.
to go.
Why you saying Embiid gotta go, man?
Embiid got to motherfucking go because everybody else is proven. He's got his MVP, but Luka Doncic is coming. That boy's a winner. He's been winning his entire career. He's been dominating overseas, and I believe that he's going to go crazy over this way too when he gets the right team around.
You think Embiid's maxed out?
I think we see what Embiid's going to be. I think Embiid's
Okay.
done progressing for sure.
But it's max out of MVP.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
Like,
what's up.
like we can like.
You
I
taking
get
Luka off
that.
the list?
Yes,
I can't
because
do
for
that.
that same argument that you said, proven.
Yeah.
What has he done, nigga? Other than drop a triple double and lose,
What he's
the nigga
done
lose.
overseas. What he done overseas, he's a winner.
Hey, nigga,
Can't
I'm
let him
from
go.
the States.
I understand that. I understand that.
I'm
I
here,
understand all
nigga.
that. I get
I'm
all
here,
that.
nigga.
I get all
I'm
that.
here.
Ride
I'm
me
here. I
Rondo,
don't
brother.
know. And I
Udo
can
is
talk
saying,
about I
I'm
can talk
from
about the
States.
other shit too. Like at the end of the day, who's the nigga you said we taking off? Who'd you say take
Embiid.
off?
Embiid.
Embiid wasn't he ain't never picked up a basketball to be a winner, and then when he did, he was a winner in Kansas.
Yeah.
And 76ers is trash. They traded everybody, and it's just that nigga from Trust the Process. So we can't say he's not a winner when his team is the best, one of the best teams in the East. He's better than he's been there consistently in the second round. Luka been to the third round once, and then ain't been in the playoffs.
Well, okay,
Process
right,
over,
but
brother.
I get that's the only
Luka
reason why.
got to go through a process. His process, he's still going. He's still trying to
He
win.
is.
He's still
He
trying to
is,
figure
but
it out.
Joel Embiid's process is done.
MVP
Oh,
was the
man.
process. Shit, I don't know. Hall of Fame. I'm gonna become a Hall of Fame if he win a Defensive Player of the Year. Then that solidifies that. I don't know. Luka got a lot of way to go. He ain't gonna never win a Defensive Player of the Year. He
No,
ain't going. He has to go off of MVPs and chips. And
Embiid got one?
nah,
no,
but he's more liable to get one because of his
Yeah.
how he
Than Luka
plays
for
and
sure.
all
yeah,
that. So
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
who
That's
y'all got?
actually
What y'all think?
a good one. I probably would only lean towards taking off Embiid only because I like the fact that he like everybody with hardware is hard to take off, but the Luka getting your team to a conference finals before those are the three guys who've been the deepest, right? I don't think Embiid's been to a conference finals, right?
Nah, he
He
hasn't.
did. I thought he lost to Kawhi.
As a
That was
That
semi.
was before.
yeah,
He beat Giannis to go to the championship.
That shot was pretty much they were
Yeah.
saying whoever won was gonna make it to the finals.
to the finals. But yeah, I just think that that Luka getting your team to the conference finals and then just going stupid in the I mean, you didn't have enough to beat Golden State, but you went dummy. You know, is reason why I would say. I mean, we could be looking at this in a little bit of time, and both of them kind of had the same accolades as far as like Luka's been an All Star all but his rookie year. I think Embiid has too, but like Embiid missed a few years. So ever since Embiid's been playing, he's been an All Star, right? So
I think so.
so it's like, all right, well, if I'm looking down to just my personal who I would go with, I'll probably take Embiid off
What you got, Drew?
because I'm not taking Giannis off, and I ain't taking Joker off.
Nah, them champs, baby.
Them is champs.
Champs.
No, hold on. I'm still thinking a little bit. I'm gonna
All
pass
right,
mine to
DJ, what you
DJ. What
got?
you?
um,
Don't make me think.
this is tough. I ain't gonna lie, cause I be getting on both of these niggas.
I
Man,
guess so.
okay, so what's up?
I mean, I was going to ask a question, but then I answered my own question because then I felt like everybody's answer was going to be the same, so I'm not going to ask the question. So go ahead with
So,
what you
okay,
said.
so I'm just gonna break down each of them. Luca, for how many years he in? 5, 4,
5.
Yeah.
5.
5. For Luca usually young players usually don't get MVP. So I'm not surprised that he ain't got MVP by now. But if he did get it, some Derrick Rose type shit, probably first player, the first youngest player, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised he ain't not gonna get it. I think eventually he will get it because he got the numbers. He just ain't winning.
He ain't
He got
winning.
the numbers. He just not winning. And within them 5 years, he got to the conference finals. Now all the other times, I mean, you can say he didn't get there, but you can also say that his team was kind of weak versus Embiid. He had the teams, bro. He had the teams.
We can
If you
argue
don't
that,
want,
though.
the only team that I'm going off of is the Jimmy Butler team. To me,
Mm-hmm.
that was the team for him to
For
get
sure.
past, to get to the championship. And
Absolutely.
I even say at least to the conference this year, going up
He had a
3-1,
better team this year too.
Monkey Dunk Ben
going up
Simmons.
3-1 against
Dunk.
Boston
Yeah,
or
he had
3-2,
three
whoever it
better teams
was.
He
for
had
sure.
Monkey Dunk Ben Simmons too. So you know what I mean, when it was just him and Ben.
He had three. He
And
had
then
three better teams
the
than
year they
Luka for
lost
sure.
that year, they lost to Atlanta. So if you supposed to be the best player in the East or best player in the NBA, I don't think we saw it. Well, I guess Giannis got hurt against Atlanta too, but I don't know. I just feel like if you were supposed to be the best, that was supposed to be your time to get past Atlanta, get to that conference final, and then we were supposed to see you play against the Bucks. But I don't know. I kind of getting tired, and also he also get hurt a lot in the playoffs. That's probably why also I'm getting a little irritated with Embiid.
It's a lot of basketball, but
That
I agree.
so so it's like, yeah, right. It is a lot of basketball.
7-300.
I think
That's
I'm
a lot
think
of people.
I think if I pick Embiid, it's just because I'm frustrated with his injuries. But I'm gonna take Luca off and keep Embiid there.
Yeah, I can see.
Yeah, I made my decision. Embiid's got to go. And listen, anytime you crying for an award, you got to go.
Every nigga cried when they won the award, but Joker.
Okay, hold on, Drew.
Every
Hold
nigga
on now.
cries when they won the award, but Joker.
Nah, he's
Ballin',
crying
Bill.
to win it. Why
Okay,
haven't I
but
won it? I
the
should
reason
have
I
been in
didn't.
conversations the past couple of years. That's the same thing Rudy Gobert was doing, and everybody was calling Rudy Gobert Cap. And now that Joel Embiid did it, now nobody's calling him Cap. Joel Embiid's
Well, you
Cap. Joker should have won 3 in a row, but nobody
He
wanted to
sick.
do that.
He's sick.
And Joker, to be honest, Joker was leading the MVP votes for the entire year until Kendrick Perkins said what he said about the whole thing being racist and how they don't want Embiid to get it. Up until that, the very next week, Embiid was number 1, and he was not and he stayed number 1 throughout the whole entire time. And he's ducking smoke too.
Oh, I
Little
didn't
game.
think about
He's
we
that.
ducking
can't be
smoke.
listen, man, we can't be too recent bias, and that's the reason why I shouldn't have asked that
I'm not
question,
gonna
because
be
it's
really recent.
recency
Okay.
bias, because he
Okay.
just
I
came
understand
off of
all
the
that.
crying and he just came off of the capping in the playoffs. But that's
Yeah.
the thing. Luca at
All right.
home. Luca was
But
at
no,
home.
listen.
But if you gonna say Embiid,
Luca
if
played
you gonna
5
say
seasons, and he's been to the playoffs 3 times, and has already done more in the playoffs than Embiid has. And
Does
Embiid
that
for the
matter
last
if
3,
you've been at the crib?
listen, for the
If you at the
last 3
crib while
years.
I'm in the playoffs, does it matter?
Yeah, no, it don't matter. It don't matter at all. But both ain't got no chip.
For sure. But I got an
Say
MVP.
this. Yeah,
Right.
his is on the way next year.
Yeah.
So
He got to win. He got to win.
look,
His
okay, so
stats
look.
is there, but he got to
His
win.
stats.
This all I say. I
Yeah.
say this. When you average for the past 3 seasons, 32, get into the playoffs, and you're minus 10 from your average in the playoffs,
No, that's a problem.
Yeah,
That's a problem.
that's alarming.
I
Embiid should
ain't,
be dropping
big
to
gap.
22
Like
points a game.
when we need you the most, you're the avatar.
I ain't gonna lie, too. I ain't even gonna lie.
Nigga called that
Luka
nigga
had the
that.
best game this year, too.
Yeah, he did
With
with the
that
Bro,
60,
comeback
10,
with
and
the
10,
Knicks.
60, 20, 10 or whatever.
That's 60
He
10.
on some
home, though.
T-Mac shit.
He at home with some baddies.
yeah, he for sure at home.
He used
He
some
was
Yeah,
with
baddies
him.
to
about
put
the
his main
Hey,
MVP.
we ain't gonna act, but we ain't gonna act like Embiid wasn't with him at the same time while their team was in the playoffs.
The MVP vote, though, I think everybody needs to campaign for themselves because that's always happened. I think we just highlighting it right now because the nigga was really crying. But like it always is that, like when Ben Simmons and Donovan Mitchell was going back and forth for Rookie of the Year, like the only time it's not campaign is when it's a dominant, for a fact that nigga is gonna win the MVP.
but
Kobe should have been
you
MVP
saying,
both
but
years.
when
Steve
you
Nash.
saying
But yeah,
in
but
the
he
media,
didn't sell it, and he would have won if he would have
I
just
just
said,
feel like towards cap. That's a cap ass
Pat,
award.
you
"Well,
going in
it's
there and
not
say I
cap
should have
if I'm the
won.
best player on. If I'm the best, if my team's the best, it's tough to give a nigga the record because Westbrook's the only nigga that's got it with a 6 seed, and the only reason why he got it was because he had a triple double. So if
Right.
it's tough to give it to a nigga, even if you're the best player in the league, if your team sucks, I can't give that to you because your team's ass. So who cares if you're dropping
award,
30?
damn it.
It's the most valuable
No,
player.
no.
Who's saying that? If it's that
Value.
award saying your value, your 30 isn't valuable to consume to the winning. So
Yeah,
why would I give you that
player.
award?
It's
That
not
doesn't
best
make
player
sense
in the
though.
world. It's not
Right,
best
it's not
player
best player award.
It's more so most valuable player in that setting. I mean, the Sixers is gone if Embiid don't score 32 points a game.
I honestly think this team sucks. Y'all like this team over all the other teams? Like y'all, I know over Dallas
That
because
Jimmy
this
Butler
team's
team
better
the
than
best one.
Dallas. But y'all like this team with
Philly?
Yeah,
I think he has help.
Philly's team sucks.
That's what I'm saying. But y'all said it was a good team. Like I think this team's ass.
No, but look. If I look at,
His team's better than
I'm just
Dallas.
looking at Embiid.
For sure,
Like
absolutely.
what Embiid has brought up, like how Embiid has been brought up. You have Ben Simmons at the height of his career. When you swapped him, and before you swapped him, you had Ben Simmons alongside the best Tobias Harris you was gonna get, and Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler leaves your team and goes to the finals 2 out of 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you haven't been to a conference finals, and you 7'1", 290, and you
getting MVP, crying about MVP.
I mean, for a while, I guess we can say, other than Shaq and like, I guess Hakeem, who's like what centers winning you those chips. You know what I'm saying? Without having that passing type of mentality, and Joker's really the first with that, and then you have the Spurs with Tim, but you can hide that because of the motion and the way that they run their offense. You know what I mean? And he was passing the ball with 5 assists, so a dominant nigga, like it's tough. You Euro stepping at 7 foot, 300 pounds, nigga, like.
And you're flopping too.
You acting like a real bitch on the court too.
Oh
bro,
no,
he's falling on the ground, bro. He is 7'2", Chris Paul.
Oh
flopping.
No, we're not gonna do that.
Hey, a quick question though, because this has been going, and I have to ask because it's been bothering me. So we're not here all night, but real quick, I want y'all to give me y'all top 5 point guards, because I've been seeing these lists go around and a lot of different people have been talking about it, and I find it very interesting that these lists are kind of things. So can we come up together with a top 5 list that we can say Garbage Time's top 5 point guard list?
This year or all time or
Isaiah Thomas needs to be on that list.
We're gonna start off with number 1, Magic Johnson.
For sure. Magic Johnson, John Stockton, get them out the way. For sure. Isaiah
Stephen
Thomas.
Curry.
For sure.
Stephen Curry. John Stockton. Probably
Isaiah Thomas led his team to 2 championships.
Isaiah Thomas. I'll take Isaiah Thomas at 4. I'm not mad at that. Now, 5 is what do y'all say about the 4 and the 5? Because those are the most. Because I'm not taking. Are you guys really gonna take CP3 over Westbrook?
No, I'm not taking either one of them.
Okay, who are you gonna pick over him? Dame? Dame?
No, I'm not taking him either.
We're
It would be
not
between it would no, yeah. It
talking
would be
about
between Jason
Jason
Kidd.
Kidd.
It would be between
Kidd?
Jason
Okay.
Kidd. I can't even throw him in there because Jason Kidd watched them, but I was gonna say GP, but Jason Kidd watched them.
Yeah.
No, you gotta throw. If we're gonna go off this list, it
The
gotta
logo.
be either between Steve Nash or J Kidd, and I would pick J Kidd over Steve Nash.
Logo
Jason Kidd's
too.
a better player. Jason Kidd's
You
a
said
better
what?
player. Is Jason Kidd a better player than Dame?
So before we
Logo.
continue this, no,
Okay.
I think Jason Kidd is better than Dame, just
Okay.
off of value. But I'm biased.
No. That's
So-
that's good. That's good.
So
I'm
I want to
asking.
say this, and this was an argument on why I wanted to bring it up.
Okay.
Somebody said on their podcast that if you're going by past point guards,
Yeah.
you have to consider not all stars, because all stars are fan votes, right?
Yeah.
You have to consider being on the first team all NBA selections, because that means that you were the best point guard on you in that season.
Yeah.
So when we're doing the list, it's tough to leave out certain players because I don't like John Stockton, but he's the second most or third most. He's second most tied for the most all NBA selections.
And
So
isn't he still the steals leader or leader in assists or something
he's
like
a leader
that?
in assists for sure by a mile.
So he's 1 and
Hills
2
too.
and
But
steals.
Yeah.
but even for me, I feel I still call cap on that, because what a lot of people aren't considering is that when you look at our league now, there's 3 all-time NBA lists now.
Yeah, but first team though.
First team.
First team.
Only first team.
How
Who's
many does
taking over
Gary
Jason Kidd?
Me personally, I think Jason Kidd needs to be at 5 because he
Okay.
hasn't done the most. He doesn't have the most.
Nah, bro, this is cap, because winning plays a
Dude.
part of this stuff too. Because you can be the best point guard and be on the worst team. So I
what-
even call cap on that as well, bro.
Well, John Stockton got to 2 finals. He lost to Michael, but he got to 2. What's it called? Jason Kidd got to 2 finals, right? What's
Three.
the name?
3?
3.
He got to
Yeah.
3 finals. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got to 3 finals. He won 1, lost the other 2 when he was in New Jersey as the main guy,
Yeah.
right? Then
2-time main guy. Yeah.
Twice.
yeah, twice as the main guy, one as a complimentary, but he won his that time. All right, and then you get to what's the name went 3 times. Isaiah Thomas went 3 times. He 2 for 3, and he went back to back. He went 3 straight years in a row.
And he was battling
bro,
the best
hey.
teams to be put together
Nah.
before the Warriors team.
Nah,
Do you want to
let's
see?
do
Do you
this.
want to see
The-
this
the
top
Lakers
5?
and the
Do you want to
Celtics?
hear this top
We
5
gotta
list?
go by let me hear the list, but we gotta go off of which point guard led they team.
But
to
I
the
think
chip.
you're when
I think
they're
we
the
got it.
first when they're the first team, it doesn't matter if they're trash or not, because most of these niggas on here are all over 9. So it's like
but like to your point, Isaiah Thomas was in there with Magic. People are gonna look at Isaiah Thomas and Magic and say, "Oh, Magic's better than Isaiah Thomas." So Isaiah Thomas is not gonna get as many first team All NBA selections as he should, because he's going up against Magic Johnson. But that
but is
doesn't
he
mean
better? Is he better than
that
John
doesn't mean
Stockton?
that he's not.
Yes.
Isaiah Thomas, yes.
I don't think he's
Yes.
better than John Stockton. Well, he might be better than John Stockton, but they're both on the top 5 list. No matter if you have only 4 or if you have 9. Like,
I get what
I
you're
think
saying, because the first team is going
it's
to be
only one,
dominated.
bro.
It's like
It's 30 teams in the league. Everybody has a point guard. Only one of them can go.
yeah.
That don't mean the other 29 is trash.
It's not trash, but you're not better than the nigga you in competition with. So if you on the
But that
list,
nigga
then you're
on- but
definitely
that
under.
nigga's
You're
on the
definitely
list.
under. And then now we have to consider where you're under. We have to consider,
Yeah.
are you better than the niggas that are under that nigga?
Or
I don't
over,
think it's.
under, or over.
I'm going to say this. Under any circumstance, no matter if Chris Paul, just who would y'all pick? No accolades or nothing. Would you rather have Chris Paul on your team, Jason Kidd? Because
Jason
Chris
Kidd.
Paul has a lot more stats and a lot more steals and all this other stuff that looks cool. We can all look at it and be like, I'd rather have Jason Kidd on my team.
Facts. I would rather have Jason Kidd.
My team
What
would
the
be
list say, Jay?
Okay, on the list, minus Oscar and minus Bob Cousy.
Okay. Because they dominated
They
their
dominated they old ass shit. So minus them is Chris Paul with 11, John Stockton with 11, Magic with 10, Steph with 9, Westbrook with 9, Gary Payton with 9, Jerry West with 9, Dame with 7, Steve Nash with 7, Jason Kidd with 6, Isaiah Thomas with 5.
Oh yeah, there ain't no way that Chris Paul is making this list for me over Isaiah Thomas. Ain't no way. Like
Bro,
this.
I'm looking at who got they team, who led they team.
Because leading a team is not easy. So if you can lead your team, if you can get to the championship, that guy at the number one option, not Robin, not being the third person, not being the fourth. When you the main guy, everyone key on to stop you, and you get to the chip not once, but 2 times, bro. That's not an easy thing to do. Win or lose,
Isaiah Thomas
I
is
don't
on
care.
there.
Win or lose,
Right.
he got there
Thomas
by
is
him
on there.
being that guy.
The only thing
J. Kidd got to the finals, what, four times? 3 times.
3 times.
He got to the finals 3 times. One of his last year, but, he had a guy with him. But he still led his team to the finals.
Dude, you lost to Tim Duncan and you lost to the Lakers.
Kobe. Kobe and Shaq. No, bro. I'm putting J. Kids on that list.
Mine would be Magic, Steph. I can't hold John Stockton. Westbrook. And I don't know, bro. It's a toss up between Westbrook, Jason Kidd, and Isaiah Thomas for me.
Nah, throw Westbrook off the list. You gotta throw Westbrook off the list.
He's one of the. He's the only one. Him and Magic, the only ones with an MVP.
The GOAT. I'm not saying
he makes his teammates better for sure. He ain't making the list.
He's a GOAT. But we're talking about led him to bro, you gotta lead. I mean, he's helped lead a team to the finals in OKC for sure. But it's like everybody else on the list has consecutively done that.
Right.
So I'm not taking J. Kidd off there.
No.
I'm not taking Isaiah Thomas off there.
Right. So Isaiah Thomas is 4 and J. Kidd is 5?
Isaiah Thomas 5. I mean Isaiah Thomas 4, J. Kidd 5. You got Magic, Steph, and
John Stockton.
That would be my list.
Why are we taking Big O off?
Because I mean, Big O is Big O, and even the same. I did the same thing with Jerry West logo too. I'm not gonna guys because you guys were the only 6'5" point guards in the entire league. You know what I mean? Like y'all didn't even necessarily play the one. Y'all just got the ball. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, all right, yeah, just give it to Big O. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, or like,
you give it an O.
Yeah, just give it to Jerry West, and if he pass it, he gonna give it to Elgin. Like whoever the point guard, Gail Goodrich ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you ain't getting it, bro. So that's the reason why I didn't put those on the list. But I'm good with that 5. You know, Garbage Time Podcast 5. You know, top 5 point guards. I'm good with that. I'm living with it.
Solid. Sure.
Living with that starting 5 bet. So that's our first positions locked in. Our starting 5 for our point guards.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily all the way agree, but I'll be okay with it.
Yeah, hey, I'm rocking.
So y'all got anything else y'all want to say?
Let Dame go, man. Let Dame go. Trade him.
Yeah, man. As we get to this draft, shout out Wembanyama. He going first. We already know that. 2 and 3 is the biggest surprise. We don't know what they go do. And Dame should probably get traded before this draft. And so should Zion.
Probably.
What we can do, I'm gonna say it on air. I can't promise, but what we should do is come in and talk after the draft because it's gonna be tomorrow or Thursday at night. so we can
Yeah.
come in and talk later and talk about it, give our recap if y'all want, go over these little
Right.
highlights that we had and shit.
Better
See
than
if
that.
y'all want to do that. But
I'm with it.
anyway, that concludes this episode of 005 of the Garbage Time Podcast. We'll see y'all next episode. You dig?
Yay.